I got asked a lot of times regarding epic heroes in this game, especially from the beginners and throughout my 2 years of gameplay. I actually got asked it in like time periods, like every 6 months, like questions about epic heroes are coming out, and of course I'm here to answer all of those questions, right? Because we know that epic heroes are the first heroes which beginners are getting, and it's of course worth it for us to speak and help our new players of Call of Dragons. First of all, we have to speak how you can awaken epic heroes really easily. You can always go to the daily and weekly quests of Call of Dragons, which you are doing every single day. And here you can actually choose which hero tokens you want to get whenever you're gonna complete 7 quests per day, right? Which means you will get 2 epic tokens for your desired hero, and basically that's how you're awakening your epic heroes really easily, right? Well, that's how just playing the game on a daily basis, doing quests, which are one of the most mandatory thing if you want to be strong in Call of Dragons. You will awaken your epic heroes, and in terms of heroes, of course, we're gonna speak directly one by one. Now, the usage of those heroes and how well they are in open field PvP, right? First of all, we have to speak about Waldyr. In my opinion, one of the best epic heroes in the game. Actually, it's quite funny. I still use him as one of the main marches, which is really sad, right? Well, because I'm playing for like 900 days. So Waldyr, especially if you start as a League of Order, you're gonna have Waldyr as your main epic hero. Even if you are not a League of Order player, I believe having a strong Waldyr will be nice for you to have, right? It will help you to like clear all the Darklings. It will help you to be kind of strong in open field PvP, especially when you start the game. You have every single troop type. You don't really have to focus on anything especially. Just recruit every single troop, so your mages will be really safe whenever you are using Waldyr, right? I believe he is the best epic mage hero which we have in the game, so you have to use him. And awakening skill is really great, allows us to deal damage to 3 nearby enemies, and that's the most important aspect about Waldyr, right? Of course, talents for Waldyr looks like this. Skill talent tree is always the preferable talent tree for a mage heroes, and of course it goes same with epic mage heroes. We have Thirst of the Blood, we have Spirit of the Rage, and here for the magic talent tree we have energy boosts, right? And yeah, that's the talent tree which I have been using since the day one, and I have not even changed it even a single time, because I have been doing with the Waldyr pretty fine, right? The hero pairs for Waldyr would be Waldyr and Welyn, basically, and that hero pair is actually the hero pair which I'm using right now, right? Which is one of the most free-to-play friendly hero pair in the game. Waldyr and Welyn. Welyn you can unlock from the gold keys, which will be really easy. You don't even have to invest, but if you are planning to be a mage player, mage main, investing in Welyn is a really good idea, right? So for the hero pairs, Waldyr and Welyn would be the most preferable choice, and the one which I would advise you guys for sure, right? Other than that, for the artifact, I believe Phoenix Eye is a great choice. Another free-to-play friendly artifact, which is one of the best one for mages. I'm pretty sure as long as you are playing the game, you are gonna get Phoenix Eye without any problems. Since I have been playing this game for 900 days, that's how I got my Phoenix Eye on level 5. Actually, this is the artifact which I have been getting the most in Call of Dragons. The Warped, which is Sapphire Fade Drake, if you're gonna start working on this Warped, it's an amazing idea, especially if you are mage main, right? Because you're gonna use this Warped with every single mage hero pair, and it will be working amazingly well, right? Of course, Pain Bloom third skill will be great, because with the Pain Bloom third skill, we will be able to deal damage to 2 nearby enemies from the Warped 2, right? So, pretty good idea. I would highly recommend to Awaken Waldyr, especially at the beginning, if you want to have fun and if you want to use your mage troops. Especially, I would advise you guys to Awaken Waldyr if you are playing as a League of Order, which is a pretty nice start of the game if you are a free-to-play player. The next epic hero, which we of course going to mention, that's Gwenwyn, which is marksman, peacekeeping precision. Gwenwyn has a pretty cool idea behind her, in my opinion, because that's the hero which is epic one, and she's amazing for the behemoth fights. But besides behemoth fights, we have to speak about for beginners. Well, Gwenwyn is the prime hero for the Spring Wardens faction, so if you are choosing those as your starting faction, you will be getting Gwenwyn, right? Basically, the idea of Gwenwyn is to deal damage to the poison, so if you are going to awaken Gwenwyn, that's the strongest skill she actually has throughout her play kit. So, like, poison is great, right? And that's the reason why Gwenwyn is amazing for behemoth fights even till this day, right? Not only for beginners and beginning, even till this day, Gwenwyn is amazing because of this skill. And yeah, even for open field PvP, we have actually seen, and I have even tried by myself, how amazing she works with a couple of heroes, right? So awakening Gwenwyn is another good choice. Basically, and especially if you are a Spring Wardens faction. For the talents, of course, precision talent tree. If you are a normal attacker as an archer hero, I like the mighty slash, basically on almost every single archer hero. Invisible, and of course bullseye, right? This is the talent tree which I have been using for a while. This talent tree is synced speed with my other archer heroes, and yeah, as an archer player, I have been using Gwenwyn for a while, and she is doing amazing well, right? For the hero pairs, for beginners, you can easily run Gwenwyn with Nico. Gwenwyn with Kinara would be weak. I would be preferably going for with Nico. Other than that, well, till this day, right now, one of the best archer hero pairs is, of course, Gwenwyn with Musiang, right? Gwenwyn with Musiang is one of the best archer hero pairs in the game. Musiang gives us healing, which will help us to stay alive longer on the battlefield, and Gwenwyn will deal a lot of poison damage, especially for the infantry players, right? So for beginning, Nico could be a great choice, and for the late game, I believe Musiang is amazing, right? If you are pay-to-play player, of course, Gwenwyn with Hosk is also nice, which, well, if you are paying in this game, you have a lot of choices in general, right? So yeah, that's for Gwenwyn, and of course we have to go for the Kregg, right? Another archer epic hero. The speciality of Kregg is that he's a flying unit hero, which is amazing for Mordork faction, for wyverns, which are flying troops for archers, right? Of course, if you are going to invest in Kregg, it's also a great choice because awakening skill actually deals way more damage, and it's actually worth it, especially if you are a Mordork player, right? Because you want to utilize your wyvern riders, which are another archer troops, and of course you utilizing Kregg could be a great choice because Kregg not only helps you with PvE, but it also helps you with PvP, because I have played with Kregg against like tier 5 players as tier 4, and well, I have been doing pretty nice. You can check the videos on the channel with the Kregg as a primary hero, right? For the talent trees for Kregg, I always went for the marksman talent tree with the burst shot, because I believe Kregg is more of a skill damage user with the play kit, and that's why I went for the marksman talent tree, right? And here for mobility, primitive preparations is nice way to go, because we're gonna have some more attack, which is 10%, which is quite nice, right? Whenever you enter the fight. So these are the talents for the Kregg. And of course, we have to speak about hero pairs, right? I believe there is one great hero pair for Kregg, especially if you are playing with the Wilderburg. That's of course Kregg and Thea with Wyvern Riders. I played with this hero pair and it was doing amazingly well, right? Another way of utilizing Kregg is with the cavalry heroes, with the Thorondil. That's also because Kregg is a flying unit, flying hero, and with the Thorondil, which is another flying cavalry hero, you can actually play it with the Eagles, right? So, well, you can see Kregg has two faction special units hero pair, which makes him really strong and really nice to utilize, right? It's great for marksmen and it's great for cavalry players. I will be speaking more about marksmen because I have more expertise with the marksmen. So I believe for the Kregg, you can utilize Kregg really easily, right? Whenever I was playing with Kregg in open field, I was using Shadow Blades. That's like most generic archer artifact which every single player can acquire, which deals quite a nice amount of damage. But in terms of Warp It, I always had the struggles, like you can use Snowy Croc, you can use Nightrock, right? Because we want to be flying with Kregg, and that's the two only archer Warp Hits which actually can fly, so basically we have, our choices are quite limited whenever we are speaking about that, right? Here we can also use basically in Golden Rock, because it also has mid-range, and mid-range is same range for the archers, and it will actually give us some rage accumulation, which is the main way how Kregg is actually dealing damage, right? Then yeah, well, pretty nice hero, which sometimes even till this day I use, and that's why I can easily advise you guys to go for the Kregg if you are playing with the Wilderburg, right? The Atheus, another hero which is flying, and for now this is the flying hero for the League of Order faction. It's a mage, it's a flying hero, and of course League of Order Celestials are liking this hero, right? Especially important to awaken this hero if you are playing as a League of Order, because you will have your first hero pair for your Celestials, right? In terms of damage, I would not really think Atheus would be dealing a lot of damage. The main idea of Atheus is the rage accumulation, which this skill is doing. 60 rage with the 30% chance, basically you're gonna get this 60 rage whenever you are fighting, and yeah, well, some small amount of skill damage factor, which is still nice, and it's a single damage factor, right? Like dealing damage to single target. For the talents, I would be going for the magic talent tree to increase our damage anyhow. Unfortunately, we are not having skill talent tree, and that's the reason why I'm going for the magic talent tree, right? For the hero pairs, yet again, we have to utilize Thea, and Atheus and Thea with Celestials would be one of the first hero pairs you could be making if you are playing with the League of Order and you want to have a second Legion, right? So Atheus and Thea with Celestials, pretty nice choice, and yeah, hopefully you guys will try it, especially great for beginners, right? Later to the game, I don't believe this is the hero pair which works, because there is a better legendary heroes which are working for Celestials, right? For the artifact, yeah, I believe Phoenix Eye for like more offensive gameplay, Tear of Arbon for more defensive gameplay. That would be my choices. For Atheus, and that's the choices which I think every player will have, especially when you start the game. For the Warped, same goes here. Sapphire Fadrake would be a nice choice. That's the one of the first Warpeds you actually have when you start the game, and yeah, that should be the choice you want to go, right? Of course, we have to speak about Bakhar, the infantry hero, with the infantry epic hero, and that's the prime hero for the faction Wilderburg. Well, yeah, if you start Wilderburg, you are getting Bakhar. If you start League of Order, you are getting Waldyr, and if you start the Spring Wardens, you are getting Gwan. For the Bakhar, I would not say like it should be your primary choice to awaken Bakhar if you are playing cautious, because the only way I would be playing with Bakhar if I'm going to be infantry main, or I want to have a good garrison hero in the beginning, right? So basically, if you are looking for a great PvE or PvP hero, Bakhar would not be a choice. But, well, for the garrison and for the infantry troop utilizing, Bakhar is one of the choices which you can actually go. Well, especially if you are Wilderberg, because you're gonna get a lot of tokens, free tokens of Bakhar, right? For the talents, I only utilized Bakhar for the garrison. That's why I only have garrison talent trees on my Bakhar. So that's why I'm mentioning the garrison all the time whenever the beginners are asking about the utilizing of Bakhar as an epic hero, right? For the, well, everything defensive for the infantry heroes will be nice. So the artifacts such as Fang of Ashkari is quite a nice choice because of defensive stats. And yeah, even like Striber or Frostbear can do his job, but I think Venomous Lizard should be a amazing choice for this hero, right? Yeah, like there is not much to speak about Bakhar because in my eyes, Bakhar is most perfect as a beginner garrison leading hero, right? So we can easily move on, right? We can easily move on to hero, which is actually Eliana and which is actually better, which has better usage for infantry troops than Bakhar, right? Eliana is overall hero. Everybody can awaken Eliana because there is an event which is called Eliana, which is actually giving you free tokens. This hero is amazing. We have healing, we have damage reduction, we have shields. So, well, even like mid-game, even like after 1 year of gameplay, you will be using Eliana for yourself, for your heroes, for any activity in the game, right? Well, I believe Eliana would be a preferable choice as a secondary hero in almost every single hero pairs, but I believe one of the great hero pairs which we can make with Eliana is with Garwood, now because, well, Garwood is again one of the most free-to-play friendly infantry heroes which loves to get heals and damage reduction, and yeah, that's all Eliana does. Healing, shields, and damage reduction. So I think this is one of the most perfect hero pairs for beginners, for having a good infantry hero pair, and also amazing hero pair for melee trading, by the way, right? So yeah, really easy to awaken, one of the most free-to-play friendly ones, and hopefully everybody will have Eliana awakened at some point of the gameplay, right? The next one is the hero which, well, occasionally some people use. That's the Alwyn, which is a more of a debuffer epic hero with the magic one, which is really underutilized, right? Because more Call of Dragons is gaining the experience and more players understanding the PvP open field. More players appreciate control style of gameplay, but for the beginners, I would not really advise you guys to go for Alwyn. It's a debuffer. You won't gonna deal damage, and especially during beginning, for PvE and PvP activities, you want to have some damage, right? Especially if you are a free-to-play player. But still, we have to speak about him. The talent trees looks like this, control talent tree, because I generally like to utilize the heroes which they have something good and I want to max it out, right? So Alwyn is a control hero debuffer, and we're gonna choose talent trees for control debuffer, right? For the hero pairs, well, especially during beginning, Waldyr and Alwyn and Waldyr can be a choice, but later stages of the game, Alwyn really stops being strong in open field, and that's why we have basically almost no usage, right? So that's why my main advice would not be to go for Alwyn, because yeah, it just lacks some strengths, even for the beginners, and then later we have even better mages, even at the epic section, right? Of course, let's not speak about like Pen, let's not speak about Nirnin, let's not speak about even Flint, because those are basically gatherer heroes, but we're gonna speak about Tarra. You might say, Tarra, is Gazaroor, yes, but I use Tarra amazingly well. Support gameplay, secondary hero in the Tarra, utilizing the 50% attack bonus and 10% damage reduction to 4 surrounding friendly legions, and also some healing, right? 600 healing. In the Tarra have been one of my hero pairs for like 3 or 4 KVKs, or maybe 3. With my Wyverns, that's my support hero pair, and I highly recommend for a Wilderburg archers to utilize these buffs. This is also giving us some more healing, and Tarra is giving us quite a nice stats, even if you are a tier 5 player, right? Why you are missing 50% attack and 10% damage reduction, I have no idea. And of course, I'm going to utilize these stats. In the Tarra is the hero pair which I have been playing, and Wyverns because of course we want to utilize another archer troops which are more tanky in my opinion than archers, but less damage, right? We don't really look for damage from the Tarra, we just want them to survive, and trust me, they are really tanky. The next hero which we have to speak is of course Alistair. If you are especially cavalry player, or you enjoy playing with cavs a lot, you want to have Alistair Awakened, right? Alistair will be the hero which you will be using even later stages of the game because of the cavalry playstyle, using 5 marches, synced up speed, and basically in that section, in that playstyle, or even cavalry epic heroes are usable, so Alistair is a great choice. You can basically use Alistair with almost every single cavalry hero. It will give you tankiness, and for beginners, Alistair will be your hero to just kill darklings, run forts until you will get your legendary Bakshi and Emrys, right? Talent tree will be looking like this. Cavalry talent tree for us to get even more damage, because I believe Alistair is lacking some damage. It's more of a tanky version of epic hero, which is nice. And yeah, for the hero pairs, anything basically will be working for Alistair, right? One of the newest epic heroes besides Flint is Mordork, and yeah, it's a cavalry epic hero which has a really interesting skills. Basically, you can use Mordork almost with every single troop type because of the attributes it has, right? Defense reductions, heal damage factor 600, skill damage factor 1000, diffused physical damage, deals physical damage factor 1k. So basically, like, stats are amazing, right? Like extra rage gained, HP bonus, and yeah, cavalry march stats, which is normal, and also like basically 4 skills will be usable for every single faction. And yeah, only 1 skill will be for cavalry, right? So Awakening Mordork is kinda nice choice, because basically you can use Mordork with mages, with archers, with cavalry, with flying units, but you won't be able to fly. That's the key, right? So Mordork is quite a nice choice to awaken, but I would say still Waldyr, Gwan, Kregg, Eliana has like more value in terms of awakening, especially for open field PvP and even later stages of the game, right? Hopefully we answered all the questions for the beginners and even for the players who forgot to utilize the epic heroes. And of course, as always, if you guys like the video, press like, subscribe, share. It always gives me more and more motivation to make more content for this game. I wish everybody an amazing day, morning and night. We are going to see each other really soon. Bye bye and good luck.